Hello, and thank you for joining me on another episode of Defying the Odds with Annabelle Kenny. Today on the show, I have titled the talk, It's a Trap, How Not to Settle for Less Than You Deserve. Only mice knew that the tasty-looking cheese hiding in plain sight was a trap, they probably wouldn't have gone for them. If they knew that that contraption that was carrying that beautiful, heavenly-looking cheese or food was going to lead to certain death for them, they probably wouldn't go anywhere close to it. But day after day, rats will always fall into the traps set by men to capture them because they always want to get that food that is readily available, something they can see and looking very cool. At least at the time, they would always want to nibble on it. And when they try it, they are often caught in traps. And forgive me for this analogy with rats because I'm going to relate this to women. Sadly, a lot of us fall into this particular trap that I'll be talking about today, which is settling. As a matter of fact, I have been a victim of settling too. I have settled 1 or 2 times and I have been burnt badly because I settled for less than I deserve. A lot of us women in the world generally, I don't think this is peculiar to African women. I think this is something that is kind of common to all women all over the world. We tend to settle for less than we actually deserve in life, particularly in marriage, in careers, and in the way we want our lives to turn out generally. A lot of us tend to just settle for what is available rather than wait for what we truly really want and what is fulfilling for us. Lately, actually, I've been pressed in my conscience to talk about this because I know a lot of us struggle with it. And looking at my own life, many of the wrong turns I took were direct products of that one thing, that is settling for less than I deserved. And I've also discovered that the 2 major reasons why women get to settle is pressure and fear. Pressure from society, friends, family, situation, so many things. You see, there are different levels of pressures we get to face in life. A lot of times, our ability or inability to make informed decisions based on the pressures we face per time kind of determine how our lives turn out. When faced with pressures imposed by society, by family members, by friends, by religion, by culture, and a lot of these things, we tend to find decision making very difficult. For example, in a society where a 20-year-old unmarried woman is considered irresponsible and underachieving, she is put under a lot of pressure. And then the tendency for her to settle for a less than ideal man is extremely high. She chooses what she now finds because she thinks, okay, she has gone way above the tolerated age for being single. And then any man that comes her way, she just jumps on him, even if he is nothing but trash. And she might at the end of the day suffer in that marriage. She will just settle because there's a lot of pressure coming from society, from parents, from siblings, friends, and a lot more. So you see, in situations like this, women get to settle. Also, in situations whereby your friends, maybe you're a young lady and your friends constantly barrage you with how they are succeeding in their chosen careers and how they are making a whole lot of money because of the choices they made when it came to careers, and somehow you are not making as much money, there's tendency for you to feel pressured. And sometimes women take dangerous paths in terms of careers. They let go of that career that fulfills them, that career that makes them happy, just to chase after that one that seems to pay more at the time. And you see, they live very miserable lives down the line. Sometimes it's not because they are unhappy with the job, but because they are faced with all sorts of disrespectful behaviors around them in that job situation, and they can't let go simply because they want to keep up with the Joneses. Now a look at fear. Fear is a major contributing factor to women settling. Drawing from my experience and those of a few other women I know, fear plays a huge role. When you are faced with pressure, then fear of the future, fear of being disrespected, fear of losing respect, fear of religious and cultural backlash, and so many other sorts of fears setting. These often contribute to women settling for far less than they deserve. And you see, these things tend to affect our lives down the line. Thomas Merton said, and I quote, he said, "The biggest human temptation is to settle for little." He couldn't have said it better, because just like the scenarios I painted above, women are constantly tempted to settle for very little. And more often than not, we fall for these temptations. We give in to the temptation, and it explains why whenever one looks back at an old flame or someone you dated in the past, sometimes you actually shudder and you ask yourself, what was I thinking? So many times I have asked myself, did I really date this person? Did I consider even settling down with this person? You're like, how was I blind? But at the time, it seemed like the best decision you could take. It seemed like it was just heaven for you, because it kind of sorted you out and made you feel important at the time. So many of us dated people that were way below our league, not because we really loved them, but because at the time we didn't want to be alone, or everybody around us was getting married, and we felt it was necessary for us to be seen to at least be in a relationship, or to be planning to get married. But if you're lucky and you never went down that road, years later you ask yourself, how did I even consider this? So many women are married to men today that they do not love. They only settled for those men. And a lot of women in their careers, they are disrespected daily, simply because they settled. Others are in very less than honorable professions due to the need to make fast money. They do things that they are not happy about just because they want to make fast money. So they settle for the available. Some women do not even have any say in mundane things that they do, daily activities like what they wear or the people they talk to. It's that serious for some women. So you see, we just settle not because we are happy to do those things, but we just do them because that is what society seems to accept. And we do not want to be seen as rebels or different, even though it does not serve us as human beings. So how then can we begin to make life-changing decisions intelligently and never get to settle for less than we actually deserve? Well, I came up with 5 tips to help us avoid settling for far less than we deserve in life. And I'm going to give you these 5 tips. I hope they help you start on your journey to not settling for less than you deserve and to going after those things you really want, those things that fulfill you. The first tip I have is that you recognize your worth. This is utterly important. I think this is probably the most important step, to recognize your worth. Recognize that you are worth and you are deserving of nothing other than the best. Work on improving your self-esteem and you will begin to see clearer. If your self-esteem is in the right place, if the way you see yourself is ideal, not inflated and not deflated, but right, you tend to see things from a clearer perspective. And that lack of understanding of how amazing a person you are makes you want to shortchange yourself, and then you settle for less. You need to start making conscious efforts to love yourself more and to improve your overall feeling of self-worth. How do you do this? In my opinion, the best way to do this is by reading good books, good uplifting motivational books. And I also think that getting a life coach to guide you is very important. They really do help. And also, I think it's important that you listen to self-improvement talks, and podcasts are very good. There are loads of podcasts out there that help you with self-improvement. I have so many I listen to every morning. It's a ritual for me. I listen to so many podcasts that help me improve myself, and I suggest you begin to do that. So I would recommend Mindset Mentor and of course my own podcast, Define the Odds. Mindset Mentor is by Rob Dial. So I recommend such podcasts. They could help you improve yourself as a person. And then also I would recommend that you should improve your self-care routine. If you learn to love yourself, appreciate yourself, and take better care of yourself, you boost your confidence. Wear the kind of clothes you want to wear. Take care of your skin. Take care of your dentition so you can smile more confidently. Take care of your hair. Watch what you wear. Just outwardly try to make yourself look good. Improve on your self-care, and somehow inwardly you discover you are even more confident. You feel like you belong. I'm not saying that's the most important thing, but it is very important. If you work on the inner you and you do not pay attention to the outer person, you might not get a balanced result. So I suggest as you work on the inside, you also work on the outside by improving on your self-care. And you should also try and indulge in daily positive affirmations. Tell yourself good things every day you wake up. Try to say, okay, I am loved, I am a good woman, I can achieve good things today. Today is going to be a great day for me. I'm going to be calm, I'm going to be efficient, I'm going to impact my world. Just keep saying good things to yourself and good things about yourself on a daily basis. It helps boost your confidence, and it improves your thought pattern changes. And very importantly, resist self-deprecating thoughts. Stop beating yourself up even when you make mistakes. Stop thinking negative things about yourself. It does not add any value to you. So that's the first step, improving on your self-worth. Now, the second tip I have is never to take decisions hurriedly. People say patience is a virtue, and somehow a lot of us women do lack patience. It comes really hard for us. I am also one. I'm still working on that aspect. When we attain a certain age, we tend to start getting agitated when some things are not working out the way society has said it should be. It's been wired into us, and unfortunately we can't help it. And then we get impatient. We now start taking very wrong steps and very wrong decisions. We start to settle for less than we actually deserve, settle for less than the ideal. And it applies a lot to marriage situations, it applies to our careers, it applies to a lot of things, having babies and all. The bottom line is our impatience gets the best of us and causes us to settle for a lot less than we actually deserve in life. So rather than hurriedly take decisions, I'll suggest you learn to calm down from the inside and tell yourself, when you begin to realize that you're getting impatient, learn to speak to yourself, to calm yourself down, and try not to make major decisions at that point. Try not to take hurried steps. They never end well. Trust me, I've been there. They never end well. Taking decisions when you're under pressure and you're feeling very impatient about a situation never ends well. So avoid taking hurried decisions, and also avoid people pleasing. This is very important. If you are one of those who is obsessed with ensuring that everybody loves you, you may settle. You will settle, because your decisions will be hinged on how do people see me, not Is this serving my purpose? Is this going to help me be a better person and impact my world? No, you are thinking of, what will this person say if I did this? What would that person say if I did not do this? So if you are the people pleaser, you may have issues. As much as possible, try to avoid people pleasing. This will not augur well for you. If you keep trying to please people, you will keep settling for less, way less than you deserve. You will settle for what other people think you deserve and not what you truly, really deserve. So avoid people pleasing. Build your inner strength, build your willpower, and you'll most likely be able to weigh your options better and then not settle for less than you deserve. And the fourth point, and very important point, is that you learn to pray and meditate. Notwithstanding your religion or what you believe in, it is very important that you learn to pray. I think prayer and meditation are fantastic tools that the universe has made available to us to help guide us and to help give us hope and direction. It is very important that you learn to harness this. Learn to pray to whoever you believe in when you're about to take decisions, or when you are under pressure, or when you are faced with a lot of fear. Learn to pray. Learn to meditate on good words. For me, from the Bible, and depending on your religion, learn to meditate on the right things and the right words. These tend to calm you down, give you hope, and give you direction. A lot of times you discover that when you pray, you are calming your spirit, and when you are calming your spirit, you can take better decisions. I think it is very important that we pray and meditate, because these are exceptional tools to prevent us from settling for less than we deserve. And last but not the least is that you should avoid being afraid of retracing your steps. I know this podcast today is geared towards telling you how to not settle, but truth be told, a lot of us have settled already in some aspects of our lives, and we almost feel hopeless. I'm here to tell you that it's not that bad. There is always hope. Nothing is ever final. If you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to stand up for yourself, it is possible that you can retrace your steps and let go of that decision you took and move forward towards the one that is ideal for you. You know what you want, you know what you deserve. So there's no excuse that, okay, you failed the first time, you took a wrong turn, you made the wrong decision, and so everybody fails, and failure is just a part of progress. It's a stepping stone. Just retrace your steps, get back to being yourself. If I will advise, go back to the 4 preceding tips, use them, and begin to work on yourself. Then take a plunge. Take the step you need to take today to make your life better. It is never too late to find fulfillment. I do not believe that, and I don't think you should accept failure, or you should accept less than what you deserve in life. Well, those are the 5 tips I have for you today, and I sincerely hope that they will help you. I know they may not be completely exhaustive, but at least you could start with this, and I think it will help you to not settle for less than you deserve, because believe me, it's a trap. You are like a mouse, and you're just looking at that shiny cheese on that trap. If you go for it right now, you will be caught in the trap. Do not settle. If you are about to make the wrong decision today, please, I beg you, sit down, think about it, and make a U-turn. It is about your life, not what other people think. It is about how happy you're going to be, how fulfilled you're going to be, and how impactful your life is going to be at the end of the day. Don't settle for toxic relationships. Don't settle for toxic jobs. Try to be happy and do what is best for you at every point. Don't fall for that pressure. Don't let fear cripple you. You deserve more. And on that note, I want to leave you with a quote to ponder on. This quote is absolutely amazing and I love it. It's by Marissa Donnelly. And she said, to my fellow women, please don't settle. Not in a job you hate, not in a town where you don't feel at home, not with friendships that aren't real, and especially not with love. Listen to that. And also remember my own quotes that don't settle for less than you deserve, because it's a trap. Stay safe, guys, and keep defying all odds. I love you. Let's do this again next week. I am Annabelle Kenny. Bye for now.